Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is tips for incoming freshmen. I want to preface this by saying I am only going into sophomore year. I have no actual credentials, but I did just survive my entire freshman year of high school. So I think that gives me enough credit to live and make these tips for you. Okay, as I am going I have 5 sections that I'm going to be going over. First, hygiene. Everyone in high school does not know what hygiene is at this point, but basically means cleanliness. First tip, wear deodorant. With that, apply it multiple times a day. If it doesn't stick, put some on at night. So make sure it's an antiperspirant deodorant because antiperspirant keeps away the sweat while deodorant deodorizes it. Another thing with smelling good, shower daily. You do not need to wash your hair daily. Most professionals don't want you to, but it is a good thing if you wash your body every day. It's better to wash your body daily than to just stink. Third, do your laundry. Please do your laundry. Make sure your clothes are clean. Do it weekly, bi-weekly, maybe, if you have a bunch of clothes. 4, try a good skincare and hair care routine. It takes time, but it's worth it. But if you make a good skincare routine, it's going to help you in the long run. Just being able to have a skincare routine will help with acne, oily face, just a bunch of things. And then hair care. Hair care helps a lot. Some people will wash their hair the morning and some wash it at night. Either way, do what you want. But number 5, wash your sheets. Wash your sheets weekly. I don't care. Wash your sheets, wash your blanket, everything. Wash them. Last, for the hygiene, brush your teeth. It helps you keep friends. I keep seeing a TikToker that goes, brush your teeth at night to keep your teeth, brush your teeth in the morning to keep your friends. And I think that is the realest thing ever. If you can, do it. It may be hard at first, but a habit can turn into a habit really easily if you just do it. Next part is mental health, because I think high school does not take your mental health as seriously as it should, and I want to give some tips for that. 1, take mental health days off from school. So I'm not just making my sick days turn into mental health days, because I did that a lot last year. Like, I missed probably over 20 days of school, and I was constantly in the nurse because I didn't feel good, when in reality it was just my anxiety. But I'd use them. If I could, I would use them all over again. Second, let the weekends be for you, not for your friends, not for schoolwork. That Friday night, do all the homework that you need to do so the next 2 days can be your break. And as that break, it resets you for the week. Doing things like meditation, journaling, and during like the colder months, watching movies and just drinking warm drinks. Those things help make you think weekends are actually rests, because we know weekends only come once a week. Third, if you get overwhelmed in the morning by picking out clothes and brushing your teeth and getting yourself ready, I personally use a visual calendar type thing. As your high school gets bigger, editing me here, I didn't even tell you how to lock the fucking wall. You're walking up and down the stairs. I just was rambling about how many floors and like how I had so many schools growing up.
But this is me saying lock in while you're walking so you can like get in the mindset of the next class. Like start thinking of that class and about like, oh, I have a test, oh, I have homework, stuff like that.
And my high school is 4 freaking floors. So I spent my time going up and down the stairs, up and down, every single day. Because I went from the first floor PE to the 4th floor for my math class. It made me so mad. That is all for the mental healthy type thing. School supplies. I know, I'm so cool. If your school gives you a supply list, which most high schools don't, in my experience of one high school, mine doesn't, which makes me mad. Go with that, but I would say to have notebooks for each core class, and possibly if you have an art class you're taking, to have a separate notebook, a big pack of pencils, but only let like 3 or 4 of your pencils be in your pencil pouch as you go through your day. It'll teach you how to be more responsible with your stuff and not like lose them. A durable book bag, because you do not want yours falling apart mid-year and then suddenly change into a different one, because then that'll throw off your whole rhythm of, oh yeah, my stuff says here, here, and here when you're getting ready for a class. You just want it to be in the same place every single time, which is another little tip. Keep your stuff in the freaking same spot, so you're not constantly digging through your book bag. Anyways, you could either have one binder with multiple dividers in it for different classes, or you can have multiple folders. And with that, you can have multiple folders and put them in the binder. But I think a binder is just too big and bulky for me personally. But I have a Nikki folder that I got from God knows where a couple years ago, so I think I'm fine. Erasers and or whiteout, because you're going to make a lot of mistakes, and sometimes your pencils, they're going to be at the butt end and you won't be able to erase or correct anything, and sometimes you'll be doing it in pen when you're not supposed to. Math specifically, pencil only in math. Then other than that, you need a stapler, a glue stick, highlighters, and pens in pretty colors, but make sure you have a black, a blue, and a red. Black and blue are normal for note-taking, while red is usually for grading your own work. That's at least how I did in my English class. And a graphic calculator. I don't care if you have pre-algebra that you're going into, or if you have normal algebra, or if you're doing geometry. Depending on where you are on the spectrum, have a graphing calculator. I don't care if you're using like an online thing. Make sure you have an actual calculator, because it'll just help you. Like, it'll be the best for you to understand. Okay, and pick out a water bottle. If you don't have a water bottle, buy one, because
I've been editing this for like 2 different days. Why do I say water bottle like that? Like, what do I say water bottle? Why do I like... What am I I'm trying to say water bottle, but obviously I was speaking too fast.
You're not going to be going through PE like having to go to the water fountain every 5 seconds. And it's a little annoying to continuously ask in like the same classes, can I go get a drink for water? Can I go do this? Can I do that? Just have a water bottle. That's all I gotta say. In picking your supplies, you don't need the most expensive brand. You don't need the Sharpie. You don't need none of that. You don't need the Copics, whatever the frick. You don't need those markers. You don't need high-end brands. When usually, like Crayola, that's pretty affordable. Those work pretty well. Then things like store brand can be just as good as the expensive ones. And it'll be cheaper. When shopping for a book bag, specifically, make sure it has a water bottle pockets on each side. because you'll be using it for more than just water bottles. You'll be using it for your phone, headphones, pencils, pens, your whatever you put in there, because it'll be a pocket where you just shove shit in. And I know that from experience. I broke my water bottle pockets, and I couldn't even put my water bottle in there by the end of the year. It had to stay in my book bag. And the fear of the water bottle opening, crazy. Next, buy headphones. Wired, preferably for school, because personally, when I had the pre-ACT, you're gonna need headphones, and they won't let you use Bluetooth because it's a down browser. That's what I was looking for. Next, academics. I love academics, and my way of saying that I love academics is I have a 3.9 GPA. I used to have a 4.0, but I had a B in PE and a B in biology. But that's behind me now, so I don't give a shit. You may not think it's important to keep your grades up, but freshman year will dictate how your high schools would be played. With grades comes GPA, and you will be worrying about it a lot. It's better to have a higher GPA freshman year and keeping it high than having a low GPA and trying to revive it by junior year. Because if you have a low enough GPA, they might not let you graduate by the time you're a senior. With academics comes privileges. You might not be able to do certain things with bad grades. For example, with my school, if you aren't passing 5 classes, you can't go to football games, and students get in for free, unlike everyone else who has to pay $5. Crazy. Study, please. It will make tests and quizzes feel so much easier because you know the information. If you don't know how to study, think about how you process information the best. Visual, auditory, hands-on, speaking it out loud to yourself, which each learning type is a different way to study. And if you guys want a more in-depth version of explaining different study methods and which type of learner would be best with it, comment down below. If you are bad at a certain subject, math, English, history, science, you name it, please tell the teacher. Either it be through email or in person. You might need to say that you might need to get help on a certain subject, even if you're a little scared. And if you still don't get it, ask if you could get on a one-on-one tutoring, or ask more questions, because it'll help so much more. Next, social. Okay, I get it. You don't want to miss out on social things like homecoming, football games, friend hangouts, but you need to put school first. If football games make you not think of school, don't go to football games. Think of it as training your mind. You can only get it if you try hard enough. At least 2 weeks before school starts, ask a group of friends if you can sit with them at lunch, because it'll make things a lot less awkward by the time lunch comes around. You don't want to be the kid who asks random people to sit with them, but it's also a good way of learning rejection and making new friends. Don't get into drama. Trust me. I know all the drama, all the way from a girl telling me to myself, to a girl turning out to be a pedo. It's just going to get you off of what truly matters, your mental health, usually. And my last tip for this entire arrangement is try getting into clubs. Clubs and extracurriculars are what makes high school such a memorable thing. Either you be joining student council, theater, plays, and or musicals, sports, or even starting a passion project. I know for my school, there's business that you can take, and it will help you launch a small business. Either you can keep that business after you graduate, or you can just stop it. It just depends, usually. But passion projects like my YouTube channel are something that could help you a lot. It helps you get away from school stress while also being with school. While I am a theater kid myself, I can't call myself a theater kid. I've only done 1 year. But I have done Matilda. You can see my mini playbill in the back of me. But I got a lead role my first time. Am I ever going to get a lead role again? I don't know. But I also know for a fact that me doing choir helps a lot because I am not a dance forward person. I am a acting and singy songy person first. And with that, I think that's why it gave me such like a chance to be a good character on what I got. If you liked this video, please subscribe, comment, like, please, anything, please. But yeah, I'm going to try to start posting more frequently, probably like every other Saturday. So I'm gonna try to make that a little habit. Like I film throughout the week, I edit for a week, and then I post, and then I do that cycle again because I want to be able to up my editing skills to more than what I have right now.